had to go to Facebook on my phone because computer is acting out. So I'm live on Facebook now. I just wait for people to come on and start. Says you want to come on my video, that means your camera is going to be active. All right. Okay. I'm waiting on people to join, but I guess I'm just going to continue discussing this so that I can repost the video and everybody can check it out later. The live stream today is to discuss the stats I posted yesterday and just the general trends of statistics in the market. So good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for checking out this video, and I hope that it brings some value to you. And if you have any questions subsequently, please feel free to leave a comment down below stating your questions, and I will come back live again at some point, maybe in a few days, and discuss it. But today we're talking about the stats, the weekly stats posted yesterday. So total current listings were 597. We'll just take these numbers one by one and talk about what it actually means or what the implication is at large. So 597 was the total listing on the market, and the new ones that was posted in the last week was 273. If I compare that with about a couple of weeks ago, total listings were 460 and the new listings were 214. So this post yesterday, those two numbers were up, and that simply means that supply is higher in the market. Who do I have with me right now? I think I missed that. Chuba Emmanuel, welcome. Glad to have you here. So yes, total inventory is up. What does that mean? We know that we've been in a seller's market, meaning that demand greatly outweighs supply, but inching into the direction of higher supply looks good on the market right now. It means that the market is trying to find some semblance of balance rather than, what we've been witnessing in the past several months. So it's a good thing for the market to correct and to sort of stabilize rather than just take off like a rocket. So increase in supply is good, both for buyers and sellers, because it just means that the market is more reasonable than irrational. The next number there is the homes sold in the past 7 days, and that was 201 compared to 192 a couple of weeks ago. So again, this indicates a general market activity that is on the upside, which is kind of expected this time of the year. As we go into the spring and then summer markets, we expect that the market gets busier because a lot of people are planning to move right at the end of the school session into the summer as well. And then the average days on the market is 15 for the past week, and the week before was 17. So average days on market kind of goes in the opposite direction. It looks like the average days on the market is shorter, and that's supposed to mean that the demand is still very strong. So again, that is kind of a caution right there. In as much as we are seeing signs of correction, it also shows that the market is still a strong seller's market, and that also is reinforced by the average price on the market. The average price is 845,000 versus a couple of weeks ago. What do we have? 877. Oh, okay. This is actually quite interesting. So there's a slight drop in the average price on the market. 877 a couple of weeks ago. Average price now is 845. So this is also, this is in agreement with the previous points that the market is showing some signs of corrections. Now, talking to my colleagues and seeing what's happening in the industry, what the experiences are, everybody's talking about the fact that they're finding it a bit slightly easier to get offers accepted these days. Again, that's a sign of correction, meaning that there is the supply is coming into the market. Some are also saying that there is not as much competition. So all of that showing that again we might have some kind of correction coming to the market. So you might want to. What does that mean for you as a buyer? If you're looking to buy in this kind of market, you may want to just kind of take it a little bit easy on the aggression when it comes to placing an offer, so that you ensure that you don't overbid on properties. You don't pay too much than you ought to pay. There's nothing daunting to a to a buyer as paying so much for a property and then finding out that they actually pay too much. I'm just gonna take a quick look at who I have online here. But like I said, we want to make sure that everybody is you want to make sure that as a buyer you are paying either below value or at market value. You don't want to be overpaying for a property and then you spend the next year or two waiting for the market to catch up with the price you paid. That's a painful thing. We don't want that. So that's the notes to take away from this kind of correcting market. Be careful about your bids. Don't get too aggressive. Although again, it's still quite competitive. We don't want to get overly aggressive. If you have any questions as I'm speaking, please feel free to throw it in the comments below, and I'll be glad to answer them. Now, to sellers, what does it mean? It also means that when you're putting your property out for sale, you want to ensure that you are listing it at a reasonable price. Every seller seems to believe that their house is worth more than it's actually worth. So it's important as a seller that you ensure that you price appropriately rather than pricing it aggressively, because what then happens is that other buyers are going to look at all the other properties on the market, see what they're listed for, and they can obviously see that yours is priced way higher. And when they look at it and there's nothing really overly different or that makes your house more valuable, then they go for the other ones. And the longer your property then hangs on the market, the more people think that it's actually not worth what you listed it for. So you don't want that kind of situation. So it's important for sellers to be reasonable in their pricing. And King Smith, welcome, watching from India. Wow. Well, thanks for joining the stream. Really appreciate you joining. So it's important that you price according to what the market is saying. In fact, even in a hot market like this, a lot of people are still listing under value to attract that traffic and then provoke a bidding war so that they can get the most for their property. And a great saying among many realtors is that a house would usually sell for what it's worth. What a house is worth or what a product is worth on the market is what buyers are willing to pay for it. So once you list your house and you list it quite reasonably, the market is going to cooperate with you and sell it for what it's worth in that particular market. So I believe I've touched on all the numbers. I posted a couple of just yesterday, and comparing it with the trends of the numbers I posted a couple of weeks ago. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them here. Otherwise, I will be wrapping up the stream soon, and then tomorrow I'll be discussing a bit more on navigating this market, especially with the uncertainty. I know that most of us you've heard that the interest rate might be changing soon, or it's changed slightly in some places wherever you are. So it's time for us to start kind of planning with that in mind, seeing what that means to our intentions, our realistic goals. All right. Before I round up, I'd like everybody to just kind of put a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from, and I'd like to just say hi to you as I wrap it up for the afternoon. Mr. Chuba Emmanuel, where are you located? If you don't mind. Oops. see. All right, let's flip that camera back. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be wrapping it up again for this afternoon. It's great seeing you all. I'm trying to. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm really trying to catch everybody's. All right. If we look at Ola says she's watching from St. Catherine's. That's my wife, by the way. You can see her profile picture that it's me and her there. So that's funny. Thanks for joining, honey. All right. Mr. Akinshete Oluwafemi. That's a friend from way back. Thanks for joining as well. All right. Okay, I'll call it a wrap for this afternoon. You know what? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. It says I have 6 viewers, but I'm only seeing about 3 of you here. So I'm wondering where the other 3 are. But I'd like to say hi to everybody before I wrap it up. I can't see the other 3. But anyways, I'll be coming on quite frequently, so you get to know me better, and I'll hopefully be able to bring some value to you regarding the real estate market here in Southern Ontario. Oh, Mr. Chuba Emmanuel, thanks for that comment. You're watching from Brazil. Great. Never been to Brazil before. I'm sure my wife would like to be there at some point. God help us. All right. Okay, Mr. King Smith from India, thanks a lot for joining. Mr. Akinshete, thanks a lot for joining. Miss Fumi Fuluke Ola, love you. Chuba Emmanuel, thanks a lot for joining. I'll call it quits right here, right now, and I'll be live again probably around the same time tomorrow. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great one.